Ooh, you're probably scared right now. If your heartbeat is over 120 beats per minute, I wouldn't blame you. Hello, and welcome to EWOW 4B. You might be wondering, why am I wearing this hoodie backwards? Well, it's because this episode is all about opposites. As you all know, the fourth EWOW prompt is choose a word, then write an acronym describing the opposite of that word. This episode, you guys wrote so many funny, crazy acronyms in your responses, but Michael and I are a bit busy these next few weeks at the BFDI and II 2024 meetups, so I don't have that much time to host. So I'm honored to announce that Purple Gaze and Dark, two trusted members of the TWOW community, will host for this episode, showing you around the responses, fascinating leaderboards, and fun statistics of this round. Take it away, Purple Gaze and Dark.
Thanks, Cary. Hello everyone, my name is Dark. I'm a TWOW Central moderator, and I'm here with Purple Gaze to host EWOW 4B for you all, while Cary and Michael are out traveling. So let's recap the last episode. Out of over 10,000 eligible contestants, 5,626 submitted a response to EWOW 4. The top 5% of all contestants, so the top 281, will gain an extra life. Meanwhile, the bottom 49% will lose a life, meaning you need to place 2,869th or higher to be safe. So, are you feeling confident that you can survive the pressure? Well, it's all in the hands of the voters now. There were 2,114 voters who cast 6,440 votes. Voter shoutouts go out to Polestar Dragon, Starry, and especially Cyro33, who not only voted a whopping 24 times, but also went around in the comments helping fix people's incorrectly formatted votes. Thanks to all the voters, every response got at least one vote, with the average being just over 12 and the maximum being 39. But that's not what you're here for. You're here to see who won EWOW 4, along with the rest of the leaderboard. So it's time for Purple Gaze to come on in and reveal just that.
Hello everyone, Purple Gaze here. As a longtime mini TWOW host and fellow TWOW Central moderator, I'm thrilled to be bringing you EWOW 4's exciting results. So, let's get to our round winner. Out of 5,626 total entries, the response that placed at the very top was introverted conversation evading. Being reclusive easily abandons, keeping everyone's relationships solidified. Huge congratulations to Three Sides in a Square. Your acronym for Icebreakers captured the hearts of introverts and extroverts alike, securing you EWOW's fourth round win with a score of 97.36%, the highest since EWOW 1. Continuing the podium, Veilburger comes burning into second place, with their acronym for Firefighter painting one of the world's bravest professions in a comedic, cowardly light. Lastly, Star Noah 1 shoots back up from the brink of elimination, going from just one life up to a podium finish with a chaotic take on the word Peacekeeper. Rounding out the rest of the top 10 are GP423, Pyos, JX, Mew, Radioactive, a random EWOW contestant, and Taupiewagon, who placed 13th in 12 Season 1. Moving down the leaderboard, Rek, the top performing contestant who had not yet prized, finally earns their well-deserved extra life this round. The rest of the top 20 include 12 Season 1 frontrunner Tak Ajnin, Grammarly, Izzy, Cube492, Mock, Cyro33, Greg, Lowly Cube, and Zach D. Congrats to the top 20 best performers of EWOW 4. Before we get to the full leaderboard, I'll be passing the commentary back to Dark for a bit to talk about the responses.
Now, previously, we've seen Cary show these histograms that highlight how often a specific word was used and how well it performed overall. Well, since this is the acronym round, I figured we'd put a spin on this. Instead of looking at the words used, we'll look at the words that were acronymized instead. Out of 5,626 responses, there were 3,270 unique acronyms. The most commonly done acronym was abandonment, with a whopping 96 responses, which honestly wasn't what I expected. But it makes more sense when you consider that it's an 11-letter word that only uses relatively common letters, and therefore is easy to acronymize. Additionally, it's a word that's very early on in the alphabet, so it's likely that a lot of EWOWers looking up lists of 11-letter words to use for their acronym might have just seen abandonment at the very top of the list and decided to go for it. Abandonment responses scored 61.90% on average, which is pretty high. The second most common acronym, fabrication, did even better at 62.11%, and the third most common, intelligent, did even better at 63.43%. In fact, all of the top 12 most common acronyms had a positive effect on your score. You have to go down a 13th, the 6-letter word wisdom, to find an acronym with a negative effect on your score. So, what was the best acronym to have? Well, technically that would be choreograph with an average of 92.71%. But that's because it was only done by one person, that being the aforementioned Grammarly, who got 13th place. If we filter for acronyms that were done by at least 5 people, the top spot goes to firefighter with a 78.13% score. It was used by 9 people, including silver medalist Veilberger, making it a very solid choice all around. Other top acronyms include misspelling, protagonist, and apocalyptic, all of which had over a 75% average. Responses with 11-letter acronyms, and therefore 11 words, got 58.74% on average. If you went for fewer than 11 words, the average tanks to 39.25%. Over 11 words, even worse at 29.14%. This just serves to highlight once again that if you want to do well in EWOW, you should probably just stick to 11 words exactly.
Now that we've looked at the responses, let's take a step forward and look at how the contestants have been holding up. Here is the current distribution of lives, as well as how it compares to last round. Interestingly, each group with 5 lives or above went up in population, whereas the groups from 1 to 4 lives all went down. And out of the 18 contestants who had a perfect prize streak through the first 3 episodes, just 2 managed to place in the top 5% for a 4th consecutive time. Those being 40 Jumpman 256 and Shrimochi. Congrats! You two are the first EWOW contestants to obtain an astonishing 7 lives! Also, with the large number of contestants losing their final life this round, the total number of remaining EWOWers is down to just 5,690, or 34% of the initial contestant pool. But now, as the top of the life chart continues to grow, don't you think these life counts could get a bit out of hand? It wouldn't be as exciting if someone got such a massive advantage early on that nobody else had any significant chance to win. So, just to prevent any serious outliers, a maximum life count will be implemented in the next few episodes. I'll leave the full technical explanation on screen, but basically, if someone gets too far ahead, prizing again won't make their life count go any higher. Anyway, since I'm sure you're all wondering, how did EWOW's host Cary KH do? Well, unfortunately, his response of aspiring rock star, everyone's courageous, opponent. Well, acronyms reveal deceptive lies. You are cowardly received a score of just 32.47%, placing Cary in the red zone this round and bringing him back down to 3 lives. Personally, I thought Cary's response was quite clever, but perhaps the looping acronym was a little too meta for the voters' tastes. Or maybe its below average vote count of just 8 votes simply put it on the unlucky side this time. Either way, Cary is one of just 7 fully responding contestants who both lost a life twice and gained a life twice. So, while Cary's on quite the wild run, he probably won't be eliminated anytime soon. Sadly, however, the same fate cannot be said for the 4,631 contestants who unfortunately lost their final life this round. Whether it was from placing too low or simply not responding to the prompt, we sadly have to say goodbye to our second batch of eliminated EWOW contestants. Eliminations are just part of the game, and we appreciate every one of you for your participation. I hope you still had fun responding, voting, and just being there for the ride throughout the first 4 rounds of EWOW. And many of you, including everyone who did respond to EWOW 4, still ended up in the top half of contestants overall. As usual, if you were eliminated, you'll be able to see your season-wide rank on the contestant grids at the end of the video or on the statistics spreadsheet. Wait, what statistics spreadsheet, I hear you asking? Well, to any fellow data-hungry nerds, Everything about how EWOW is going, as well as how all the contestants stack up against one another, is now publicly visible on my EWOW statistics spreadsheet, linked in the description.
Anyway, here's a question that's probably bouncing around in a lot of people's minds right now. Now that 4 episodes have passed, how well have the AI contestants been doing? Well, despite EWOW 3B having the first batch of contestants leaving the show, every single one of the 100 AIs managed to survive that episode, so there were no AI eliminations to announce. This time in EWOW 4B, things are a little bit different, and we finally see our first AI contestants leaving the show and the number of living AI dropping. So, how far did it drop? Well, out of the 100 AI contestants, the number of AI making it to EWOW 5 is 88. So, good news, if you made it to EWOW 5, congratulations, you've already beaten 12 of the ChatGPT bots. But also bad news, even the lowest placing AI still beat almost 10,000 human EWOWers. Although that's largely because thousands of human contestants were eliminated because they stopped submitting after the first few episodes and so lost their lives automatically each round. Even still, when EWOW started, the ChatGPT contestants were only 100 out of over 16,000, or 0.6% of the contestant pool. Now, they're 88 out of 5,690, which is 1.5% of the contestant pool. This is worrying, because remember, if even a single AI makes it to the top 100 of EWOW, that means the AI revolution is complete and the humans lose, and they're currently on track to do just that. So, human contestants, you better wise up and rise up for EWOW 5. What's the prompt? Well, let's have Cary reveal that for you.
Next, here's the 5th EWOW prompt. You were sent back to the year 5555 BCE. Convince the people there that you're a god. So that's the prompt. If you're curious, let's say you have no belongings on you, so no smartphones or books or anything. But all humans around you can understand English, so you don't need to worry about any language barriers. But after you say those 11 words, the surrounding humans will put tape over your mouth. So that's all you get to say.
The deadline to respond will be Sunday, July 7th at 11:59 p.m. PDT, giving you about 5 days to make your responses. As always, submit your response in 11 words or fewer via the Google form link in the description.
Now, it's time for the rest of the leaderboard. Here's the video timestamps for the ranked and alphabetical leaderboards. These are also going to be in the description so that you can skip around to wherever you want. That's all for now. I've been Dark.
And I've been Purple Gaze.
And we'll see you in EWOW 5A.